On October 1st, 1960, Nigeria officially gained independence from British colonial rule. For millions across the country, the moment symbolized hope. A new African giant had emerged. A nation rich in resources, population, culture, and economic potential. But beneath the celebration lay unresolved tensions inherited from the colonial era. Regional rivalry, political imbalance, ethnic competition, fragile institutions, and a state still struggling to define a unified national identity. Within only a few years, the optimism of independence would begin collapsing into instability, mistrust, military intervention, and eventually, civil war. Nigeria's first republic operated under a parliamentary system inherited largely from British colonial governance. Political power was distributed across major regions: the northern region, the western region, and the eastern region. Major political parties emerged with strong regional and ethnic bases. In many ways, Nigerian politics became deeply tied to regional identity rather than purely ideological competition. National unity remained fragile, and as competition for federal power intensified, political mistrust grew increasingly dangerous. Because population size influenced political representation, the northern region held significant political weight within the federation. Many southern political leaders feared long-term northern dominance at the federal level. Meanwhile, northern leaders feared rapid political changes that might weaken their influence or destabilize regional structures. The West experienced growing political crisis and internal party conflicts. Electoral disputes became increasingly volatile. Accusations of corruption, manipulation, and favoritism spread across the political system. Public confidence in civilian governance began to erode. By the mid-1960s, political instability in the western region had intensified dramatically. Electoral controversies and internal struggles within the action group created widespread unrest. Violence erupted. Political intimidation increased. The region became associated with what many described at the time as Operation Wetty, a period marked by arson, street violence, and political chaos. To many Nigerians, the First Republic increasingly appeared unable to maintain stability. On January 15, 1966, a group of young military officers launched Nigeria's first military coup. Several senior political and military leaders were assassinated, including Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Northern Premier Ahmadu Bello. The coup shocked the nation. Although the coup plotters claimed they were attempting to end corruption and political disorder, the ethnic and regional pattern of the killings quickly intensified suspicion and anger. Many in northern Nigeria perceived the coup as ethnically motivated. Trust within the fragile federation deteriorated rapidly. Following the coup, Major General Johnson Agui Ironsi assumed power as Nigeria's first military head of state. Ironsi attempted to stabilize the country and preserve national unity, but some of his policies generated additional controversy. In particular, his move toward a more centralized system of governance alarmed many northern political interests who feared the erosion of regional autonomy. Political tensions deepened further. Rumors, fear, and mistrust spread across the country. In July 1966, northern military officers launched a counter-coup. General Ironsi was killed. Violence expanded beyond the military itself. Across parts of northern Nigeria, many Igbo civilians became targets of retaliatory attacks and massacres. Thousands were killed. Many more fled toward eastern Nigeria seeking safety. Fear and ethnic polarization intensified across the country. Nigeria was moving dangerously close to collapse. The massacres profoundly shattered confidence in the Nigerian Federation. In eastern Nigeria, many began questioning whether coexistence within the existing political structure remained possible. The promise of a united post-colonial nation now appeared deeply uncertain. Colonial-era divisions, political competition, military intervention, and ethnic fear had combined into a national crisis. The structures inherited at independence were beginning to fracture under pressure. Two men would soon stand at the center of Nigeria's unfolding crisis: Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu military governor of the Eastern region, and General Yakubu Gowon, who emerged as Nigeria's head of state after the counter-coup. Attempts were made to negotiate peace and preserve the federation. Meetings took place, agreements were discussed, but mistrust remained profound. The political crisis was rapidly becoming existential. By 1967, the Eastern region faced a historic decision. Could Nigeria still function as one nation after the violence, massacres, and political breakdown of the previous year? Or had the federation already failed? The answer to that question would soon plunge millions into war. The Nigerian Civil War would become one of the most devastating conflicts in modern African history. A war shaped not only by regional politics and military power, but also by colonial borders, global interests, oil, Cold War geopolitics, and competing visions of survival and sovereignty. In the next episode, we examine the outbreak of the Biafran War and the human tragedy that followed.